To July.
I know cassava farming starts from March, April. The first rain this year was in January. It was very early, January, February, and the funding
came in late.
Came in around July. And be that as it may, even if it's going to be released, what percentage of the budget? Because we've been having the issue with if 50% was appropriated, some percentage, the Minister of Finance do let us know on a quarterly basis or whatever regarding what percentage of the budget is being released. So it's an issue of good intention, good policy, but the wherewithal to back it up had always been the challenge we've been facing in the country. Having mentioned this, I will also try to raise something. The growth enhancement scheme, I receive an alert on my phone as a farmer. I receive direction how I will access the fertilizer.
Yes, I was going to get
those are some of the things that you receive the alert. But in July, when the farmer had already started planning himself, this has to go in tandem with the season. We don't have the whole season to play with. The rainy season in the southwest ended around October, while in the north maybe from August, September. So, and the funding was released in July. So the farmer that know what they are doing will have started something. So,
but at that time, you actually, the alert you got, was it for for subsidized fertilizer, like he said already?
Subsidized fertilizer and cassava cottons that we can come and pick it. But by the time it came in too late. It came in too late. You have prepared your land, and by all means, you'll have even found another alternative to.
So where did you get So where did most of the farmers get the funds to do this? Because you see, it should be that there should be a kind of a situation where you can get this funds, you can borrow it to do your planting, and then repay it back at single-digit loans.
Yeah.
Single-digit
As a matter
rates.
of fact, the GS covers the agro inputs, your chemicals, and the fertilizer for smallholder farmers, not for the commercial farmers. 1 hectare of land. But the timing is wrong. And be that as it may, when such fund will be released, is it released directly? The initiative is supposed to be released directly to the farmers. But what we have seen lately is that the fertilizer, even for the farmer that will pick it, they are not using it on their own farm.
So let's look at another thing he actually raised in that presentation, that there's been a rapid transformation of the agricultural value chain. How true is that, at least for this year?
Well, to me, Nigeria is the only country that we do our own thing in the front of the newspaper. I'm very sorry to say, because I'm already farmers and I know what I'm talking about. And if a country like Nigeria could be importing 85% of our food into our population, is a big problem. We call ourselves the basket of the African nations. A giant that cannot even feed his own people. And you are talking of value chain. Value chains only come from what you produce in the farm and bring it out for the people to process and sell directly to the consumers.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. The agricultural transformation agenda has been around for about 2 years now. And we started seeing agriculture being run as a business venture, at least for this year. So we should have begun to see some kind of improvement in terms of how the value chain will begin to work, from the farm through to the processors, through to the millers, and the rest of it till it gets to the final consumer.
It's very simple. All what you have to do, go to their local markets. The end always justifies the means. Okay? Go to Nigerian markets today, you will see all the rices that are being imported today. You will never find any local products. It's all from Thailand, from China, from Pakistan, from Vietnamese. Where is our own local productions?
Let me also say this. There's been this argument, and correct me if I'm wrong, that sometimes even our locally made rice, to make it more attractive to people, because people have this notion that if it's not foreign rice, then it's not rice at all. They tend to package their local rice in foreign bags to make it more marketable. Is that true?
So, yeah, go ahead. You can.
Okay. Well, I need to just do a recap, at least from what I know regarding the value chain before I get to what you mentioned. Well, there are a lot of work that have been done from farm to table. In fact, there are a lot of activity identifying who the stakeholders are and working with them. But you see, the challenge had always been this part of implementation to the letter. As I mentioned earlier on, the challenge this year with most of the activity has to do with the timing of the budget, related to agriculture.
Okay.
The value chain, the structure is there. If you go to the ministry, you see it. They can give you to the letter who are these stakeholders. But when it comes to the real act, you have challenges there. And you see, what we need to say here at this juncture is agriculture is still largely a developmental project. It's being done. I know the minister is saying agriculture is business. But look at America and Europe, even South American. Government do not allow your agriculture totally without that support that is necessary. And the bureaucracy of government, which is the major point which I want to just highlight at this junction, the bureaucracy of government is not supporting some of these initiatives at all. The civil service structure have their own way things move. So even if you have a good policy under the agricultural transformation agenda, the minister, excellent person, very good, well exposed, he has all what it takes, he has done it on other climes, but our bureaucracy, the civil service structure, is not supporting it. In terms of, and you see, I've also had time to engage some of them too. They are just, their hands are tied in terms of some procurement act, going for this at this time, and agriculture is not wrong. And the way out that we need to quickly mention is, let agriculture move to a semblance of the marketing board that we used to have before.
Okay. Before you get to that, because you said you were actually going to speak on what I talked about, the fact that because foreign rice is more attractive to some people, there's a tendency for local producers of rice to bag their rice in foreign bags to sell. And I was going to ask, why don't they feel comfortable marketing their local rice the way it is instead of bagging it?
See, Nigeria has a very, very high taste. We try to, see, we are in this part, our country is just a wonderful country. I know between you and I, if you see a rice package in Abakaliki, which we have, or Ekiti rice, or the one in Abeokuta, and you see polished rice, even though, you know that the local rice is more nutritious, is better, healthier, but because that's our taste for foreign thing. And as a marketer, you want to look at, okay, if I package it that is made in Nigeria, the acceptance is likely to be, colored. So you want to go that way. But the truth about it is, with a lot of awareness, with a lot of push, and for people to really believe in our own, I want to say, as regards Cassava Bread Fund.
No, we'll come back to that one. Okay. We'll come back to that one. Let's focus on that.
Talking about the value chain, it's a very good thing because there's no point producing the farm, and you are not processing. Because processing is part of the value chain.
We'll come back to that line of thought in just a moment. We'll take a quick break now on Business Morning, and we'll be right back.